Good afternoon, friends. In the part 1 lecture related to the Tri Sutra Ayurveda, we were discussing certain points or the queries or the doubts regarding Tri Sutra Ayurveda. In this second part of the lecture, we will discuss in relation to Tri Sutra Ayurveda certain queries. The query number 1 is that what is the opinion of the commentator of Charak Samhita, namely Chakrapani Dutt and Shivdas Sen, in relation to Tri Sutra Ayurveda? The reason is very obvious. Why should we know the views of the commentators? The answer is very simple. Because commentator expose the real opinion hidden behind that particular quotation or the verse of the Acharya, Charak and Agnivesh. And similarly, he shows the applied aspect also in his commentary. That's why we should say the commentaries which give us the wisdom to use that particular knowledge in the clinical practice. So here in brief, the introduction of Chakrapani Dutt is also seems to be essential to discuss. So Chakrapani Dutt belongs to Bangladesh. He wrote commentary on Charak Samhita, namely Ayurveda Deepika, and he wrote the commentary on Sushrut Samhita Sutrasthan also, which is known as the Bhanumati commentary, and similarly he has written so many texts. He is the disciple of the Nardat, and he is considered as the most famous commentator of the Charak Samhita, who wrote Ayurveda Deepika commentary in Sanskrit, and it is fully available and very much popular among the Vaidyas and the researchers of the Ayurveda. So, what Acharya Chakrapani Dutt, who is the famous commentator of Charak Samhita, says or expose or explain in relation to Tri Sutra Ayurveda. First of all, when he defines the term Sutra, he says that Suchanat Sutranat Cha Artha Santate Sutram. In Tri Sutra word, the Sutra term is used, and he is defining the Sutra term. He says, because these three sutras inform about the subject matter in brief. Suchanat means which informs in brief, but not incomplete. Because these three sutras inform about the Ayurvedic knowledge, and Sutranat means because in these sutras the Ayurveda has been placed in proper way, systematically. That's why it is called the sutra. So he says that Suchana Sutrana Cha Artha Santate Sutram means wherever the subject matter is informed in brief and placed systematically is called the sutra. That's why these three sutras, Hetu Sutra, Linga Sutra and Osat Sutra, are known as the sutras. Again, he says that what purpose these Hetu Sutra, Linga Sutra solves. He says that Hetvadini Gyayante Aneniti Hetu Linga Osat Jnanam means this particular knowledge in relation to Tri Sutra Ayurveda is the mean to achieve our goal, and the goal is very clear. Swasthasya Swastha Rakshanam and Aturasya Vikarpa Samanam. So, the knowledge related to these three sutras serve the purpose of mean to solve the two aims and objects of the Ayurveda. It is well versed in Chakrapani commentary by the words Hetvadini Gyayante Aneniti Hetulinga Osat Jnanam. Again, a question comes to our mind that whether these three sutras includes the entire subject matter of Ayurveda or something remains. Then the answer is given by Chakrapani that Yavacha Ayurveda Vacha Tavad Hetvadi Antarbhutam means whatever is to be discussed or should be discussed under the purview of Ayurveda comes under the heading Tri Sutra, means nothing is left out outside the Tri Sutra Ayurveda, which shows that these sutras are in brief but not incomplete and having sufficient possibilities of the elaboration. Then it has been well versed by the author of the text also that these three sutras are useful for the healthy and the diseased person. The same thing has been stated by Chakrapani also. But in relation to the Hetu Sutra, Linga Sutra and Osat Sutra, a question comes that what Chakrapani consider under the Hetu Sutra. So he considered the different causes of the disease under the Hetu Sutra. But under Linga Sutra he considered the characteristic feature of the healthy state as well as the signs and symptoms of the disease. And under Osad Sutra, he considered all the pathyas, means the Chakrapani says that all the pathyas comes under the purview of the Osad Sutra. Again, the term Bubudeyam Pitama has been used in the quotation of Trisutra Ayurveda. Chakrapani, while commenting upon this term, says that Bubud iti na kritvan, means Brahma recalled the Ayurvedic knowledge, not produced. If we say produced, then Ayurveda becomes Sadi, not Anadi. And as you know, Ayurveda is Anadi. That's why Chakrapani, keeping in view the original opinion of the author, commented on this particular term that Bubud iti na kritvan. Bubud means he only recalled the Ayurvedic knowledge which was already existing, not produced newly. And again, in the same quotation, Shashvatam term has been used for the Ayurveda. So the opinion of Chakrapani in relation to the Shashvat term, that what should be the exact meaning of this term, Chakrapani says that Shashvat term has been used in the sense of Nitya or eternal in Trisutra Ayurveda. Now we should see that what Shivdas Sen says about the Trisutra Ayurveda. Before going to the depth or the exposition of the Trisutra Ayurveda by Shivdas Sen, we should know something about Shivdas Sen. Shivdas Sen also belongs to Bangladesh, Malanchika Gram of Bangladesh, and the name of his father is Anand Sen. He is also the versatile scholar of the Ayurveda as well as different philosophical school of thoughts. And it is well versed in the textbook that Shivdas Sen got the Ayurvedic knowledge from his father and wrote the commentary on Charak Samhita, namely Charak Tattva Pradipika commentary. He has written 3 more significant commentaries or books also. He has written the commentary on the Uttar Tantra or Uttar Sthan of the Ashtanga Hridaya, namely Tattva Bodh. Similarly, he has written the commentary on the Chakradatta, written by Chakrapani Dutt, and one more text he has written. So Shivdas Sen is also the versatile scholar and the commentator of the Charak Samhita, belongs to the 15th century AD. So what he says about the three sutras, while defining the three sutras, Shivdas Sen says that Trini Hetvadini Sutyante Samasen Uchante Aneniti Tri Sutram. He says here that sutra term has been used in the sense of samas, and samas means brief. He says that because 3 hetu etc. are discussed in brief under this verse, that's why it is called the Tri Sutra. Again, he gave very significant commentary about the Tri Sutra term and its elaboration in comparison to Chakrapani Dutt. Means this is the new and the clear contribution of the Shivdas Sen, that he says that a reader can have the question that in the verse related to Tri Sutra Ayurveda, where Acharya says that Hetuling Osad Jnanam Swasthatur Parayanam Tri Sutram Shashvatam Punyam Bhugudayam Pitama, there in the first line clearly Hetu, Ling and Osad Sutra have been mentioned. That what is the need to mention the Tri Sutra Pad or the term in the second line? By counting, there are already 3 sutras. So he says that that is not the punarukti or the repetition, but he says that the Tri Sutra term used in the second line of the quotation is Samasta Kathan, means statement in brief. While Hetu Ling Osad Jnanam, where namely 3 sutras are discussed, is not the repetition, but that is the Vyasta Kathan, means statement in detail or explanation in detail. So there is no repetition in the verse regarding the Tri Sutra and Hetu Ling Osad, which is the elaboration of the Tri Sutra. Again, according to the view of the other scholars, he says 3 more sutras or 3 sutras or 3 another sutras in the commentary of the Tri Sutra Ayurveda, where he says that the other scholars are of the view that here in this context, 3 sutras should be considered, considering the subject matter of the Samhita, are Purva Paksha Sutra, Siddhanta Sutra and Adhikar Sutra. Here you may have question that what does it mean by Purva Paksha? So whatever query we have, whatever curiosity we have, that comes under the heading Purva Paksha. So in Samhitas, wherever any disciple or any scholar or any seer or sage ask the questions or present the doubts, that comes under the Purva Paksha Sutra. And whatever is given in the form of solution or answer by the Acharya Punarvasu Atre, etc., is the subject matter of the Siddhant Sutra. Siddhant means nirnay or the answer or the solution. Whatever solution or the conclusion have been made by Acharya in the Samhita Granthas comes under the Siddhant Sutra. And Adhikar Sutra means in different contexts Acharya discuss different type of things. So when Acharya discuss the subject matter related to Panchkam, that becomes the Panchkarma Adhikar. When Acharya discuss about the Jwar, that is Jwar Roga Adhikar. And when Acharya discuss about Basti, that is Basti Adhikar. So according to the context, different type of things have been mentioned. Again, what is the utility of this Adhikar Sutra? According to the Adhikar or context, we should take the meaning of the certain words. This is also the meaning hidden here of the other scholars, which has been mentioned in the commentary of the Shivdas Sen. One more thing Shivdas Sen has highlighted in the commentary of Trisutra Ayurveda related slok, particularly in relation to the Shashvatatva of Ayurveda. Shashvatam, this term has been used for Ayurveda. Chakrapani explains the meaning of this term as Nit, whereas Shivdas Sen, according to the Brahmadev, says that Shashvat here means that which is the cause to get the Shashvat lok or to achieve the Shashvat lok. अर्थात शाश्वत लोक की प्राप्ति का हेतु है आयुर्वेद, इसलिए इसको शाश्वत का ये ब्रह्मदेव के विचार के अनुसार कहते हैं. अगेन अकॉर्डिंग टू द अरुण ए स्कॉलर, he says because this Ayurveda is the cause for the moksha or salvation, that's why it is Shashvat. This particular new things has been added by the Shivdas Sen in the commentary of Trisutra Ayurveda. So you can recall very briefly the special contribution of Chakrapani and special contribution of the Shivdas Sen by this presentation, where Shivdas Sen says something more in relation to Chakrapani commentary. The first one is Samas and Vyasta, Trisutra Ayurveda Kathan, and the second is Trivid Sutras other than discussed by the Chakrapani are mentioned in the Shivdas Sen, and these are the Purva Paksh Sutra, Siddhanta Sutra and Adhikar Sutra. And again the explanation of the term Shashvatam is also specific in the commentary of Shivdas Sen. Coming to the final question, that how this significant concept is useful in clinical practice. This question comes whenever we teach or discuss any subject in the Ayurveda, as Ayurveda is a system of medicine. So we should consider this issue very sincerely. As I have discussed in my both the part of this Trisutra Ayurveda lecture, that this Trisutra includes the entire Ayurveda. That's why when all the Ayurveda has been, or the entire Ayurveda has been discussed under the purview of the Trisutra Ayurveda, then it becomes clinically significant. For example, the Ayurveda is further subdivided into the 8 clinical specialties, to which we say Ashtanga Ayurveda. You can pick up any specialty of the Ashtanga Ayurveda, either it is the Kaya Chikitsa or Bal Rog or Urdhvang or Shalakya Chikitsa or Shalya Chikitsa. In each and every specialty of the Ayurveda, the Trisutra Ayurveda is considered. Either it is surgery or the medicine or the pediatric or gyneco-obs. In each and every specialty of the Ayurveda, these 3 sutras are useful. Reason being, for the surgical cases or surgical diseases, there are the certain causes that comes under the Hetu Sutra. That disease is having particular signs and symptoms, that is Linga Sutra. And particular surgery is Osat Sutra there, and after surgery whatever medication is given, that is also a part of Osat Sutra. For children also, they are having different type of diseases, and diseases are having different type of causes. So the causes are related to Hetu Sutra, and the signs and symptoms of the different diseases of the children are the Linga Sutra, and there are the remedy for the different diseases, that remedy comes under the Osat Sutra. Not only this, even Rasayan and Vajikaran type of medicine, which are the Swastha Surjaskar medicine, also includes this Trisutra Ayurveda, because there are the causes or means to get the healthy state that comes under the purview of the Hetu Sutra. Again, there are the characteristic feature of the health or healthy person that comes under the Ling Sutra, and for maintenance and promotion of health, there are the certain diets and medicines in the form of Rasayan and Vajikaran that comes under the purview of the Osat Sutra. So you can understand the gravity of this concept of Trisutra Ayurveda, that it is equally applicable into the all the 8 clinical specialties of the Ayurveda, known as Ashtanga Ayurveda. Same thing, in the another way we can say that this Trisutra Ayurveda is useful to fulfill the 2 main aims and objects of the Ayurveda, that is Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam and Aturasya Vikasanam, and it has been well versed in the main verse also, where Acharya says that this Trisutram is of what kind? Swasthatur Parayanam, means the best mean or best process or the best technique to fulfill the Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam and Aturasya Vikar Prasamnam. Not only this, even in the preparation of different type of medicine also we can consider this particular Trisutra. For example, if we are preparing the Asavarist, the ingredient in the form of raw material are the cause, or the other persons who are preparing that particular medicine are also comes under the cause or Hetu Sutra. When these Asavaristas are prepared, we see the characteristic feature or feature of proper preparation, that is Linga Sutra. And when it is completely manufactured or produced, prepared, then it is in the form of Osat, which can be used according to the different diseases. So this Trisutra Ayurveda, in spite of being a small term, is a very, very wider term, having wider concept and very much significant in the clinical practices also. Thank you very much.